Niggas try to fuck with the Scythe, you get sliced, ho.
Wu-Tang!
You're jorking it, boy. You're jorking it. You gotta torque that thing, boy. Going on with it. New month, new music. And with this month, we are going to be starting out with the Scythe, strictly for the Scythe. They actually did an interview recently with Complex. Why did I say it like that? Man, light skins don't belong in the suburbs. Actually, that's exactly where we belong. Strictly for the Scythe, as we've talked about before, is supposed to be a tone setter for the new wave of Southern rap. I think they have a good variety of voices considering their members. Tia Crean from North Carolina, BK the Ruler from Atlanta, Ferg from New York. Where the fuck is Denzel Curry from? Denzel from Florida, and of course his homie Kenyatta. They both came from Raider Clan. We actually haven't heard much from Kenyatta, but their newest release, The Scythe, actually has him on it, which is pretty cool. The Scythe has this like Mortal Kombat, like it's like the guy who's like Mortal Kombat. I thought that was pretty funny. Tia Crean goes pretty hard. Really like Kenyatta's verse. It was nice to hear him. And in the back of Kenyatta's verse, there's this light-skinned guy, and I didn't know his name before the interview. When I was watching the music video for The Scythe, I just couldn't help but to think he just looks like a solid Marcus. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some about him just screams. That's the first time my dog has ever mimicked the sound of a siren before. My doom is near. Anyway, there was just something about the guy that just like, if his name was Marcus, I would believe it, you know? And of course the chant, niggas try to fuck with the Scythe, you get sliced. How? That's very get buck of you. It's got that chant to it that at least as far as the Memphis stuff that I've listened to, it's really present in those songs, and I think that's kind of that carryover of that Southern rap that they're trying to go for. So I think they hit the mark there. So now we get to the interview where we learn who that solid Marcus actually is, and another person as well. I found this part really funny because like when Denzel Curry is introducing everybody, the first two people he introduces are, like I said, the light skin I mentioned and another guy, and he doesn't start with the names. He starts off with like the nicknames or the monikers.
And then you got my boy, Beautiful Man over here, aka James.
We got Beautiful Man, like, huh? AKA James. Oh. Why don't we leave with James and then AKA Beautiful Man, right? Why is James the nickname? Like, is this guy's name Beautiful Man and James is like what his close friends call him? By the way, it's a good time to mention, because it might have already happened, that you may have been flashbanged with the Wu-Tang that they've been doing, and there is no reason for that. Well, there is kind of a reason for that, but I just kind of thought it would be funny.
Wu-Tang!
For one thing, during their interview with Complex, why do I keep saying it like that? Can't go back now. One of the first things they mention is that like everybody has their own place to shine on whichever track that they're on at the time.
His verse is hard. Shit. All right, that shit hard. But sometimes you gotta take a back seat and just be like, nah, I'm gonna let this motherfucker shine. Like, if I know Tia slid, I'm not gonna compete with Tia on the track. Yeah. That's stupid.
It'll go sour if we like try to compete with each other. Like,
yeah,
the whole point is for us to like
knock everybody else.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like,
and I think as far as like a longevity thing, should they want to take this further? Because in the interview they're like, oh, all of this is just spontaneous, right? This wasn't even planned. I think it's a really good mindset to be in, to be able to compete with each other instead of against each other, so to speak. And then Denzel Curry makes a point that some people were saying, like, the Scythe, he's like, he goes on this like little tirade where he's like,
it's called the Scythe, not the Scythe. I don't know if you can't read or can't motherfucking spell, but it's called the Scythe.
Couldn't help to feel like that was directed at Stevie Wonder. They're constantly mentioning like other OGs in the space. Wu-Tang especially, Juicy J. They mentioned West Side Gun. They were talking about how they learned a lot, you know, and I just think that's good from a standpoint of like, this is a group of people who knows what they're doing musically, but are still willing to learn. And I feel like from the interview, they're like pretty close. It seems like they got like a lot of inside jokes and stuff. So this isn't just like I feel like they're not just co-workers necessarily. Like they're not just showing up to the studio to record a thing. They talk about how they send stuff back and forth to each other.
I was on tour, so I was seeing them in different cities. So when I was in Atlanta, I seen BK and I seen Laser Dim. When I went to North Carolina, I seen Tia. And the homies, they came to the New York show, they came to the LA show, and we've been cooking up in between from when I had to go to Europe too. We be sending shit back and forth too.
Some stuff is like off of something I wasn't gonna drop. Like, you know, I sent it to him and he put it on a different beat, and I was like, wait, it, like you said, it fit perfectly or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that, as far as like a chemistry thing, where these people are like outside of the studio, still like interacting with each other, especially for a group that's supposed to be able to like get on a track with each other and work together on these things, is really good for them.
Wu-Tang!
And one of the more important things that I heard was that they've had problems, but they've been able to like come together, talk it out, and like come to a resolution, right?
Don't get me wrong, we be at each other sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, what do you give me an example? You see how you look at it?
The specific example that Curry mentioned is like Kenyatta and Curry. They needed a verse done by like a certain time, and Kenyatta already recorded 2. He got frustrated. He went and smoked, and then
He smoked, he come back up. Hey, my bad, dog.
That's all you need, man.
I think they've set themselves up pretty well to be successful should they want to take this longer. Maybe it's like a periodic thing where it's like, oh, we haven't gotten together and done some group things. Maybe we go off, do our own individual thing for a while, and then we come back and bring all the new things that we've learned individually together and then create something that is a combination of these things, right?
March 6th, strictly for the Scythe drops. Wu-Tang!
Okay, next up, also on the 20th, Bully by Kanye West, which I could have also sworn we've done this before. And we have. So here's the deal. I reviewed Bully V1 when it had originally come out, actually around the same time last year. I just didn't really look into it, and apparently the majority of it was AI, and I didn't really notice. And to be honest with you, having that information now, I still liked what I heard. So, you know, it is what it is. Whatever he did with the AI, I mean, I feel like it replicated his voice well. And I don't know if the majority of the negative reactions about the AI thing came out after he disclosed that information, because like if so, then I mean, you listen to AI music and maybe you didn't know and you liked what you heard. So it is what it is. So the album cover, it is a person like, I don't think they're smiling, but they're just like showing off their teeth. I believe it's inspired by Kanye West's titanium dentures put in by this guy, this dentist named Thomas Connolly. I'll put a picture of him up on screen right now. Imagine that guy sitting over you right before you go under for your procedure. You're like, relax, I'm a doctor. And then he just takes a thing of ammonia and just that's when you go under and you just hear like a power drill turn on right before you go under. You're just like, oh fuck. And apparently the name Bully for the album came from his son bullying a kid he deemed weak, and he kicked the kid apparently. I was reading another article, it could have been like GQ or like Rolling Stones or something, but they were like, bully could be attributed to artists in the industry getting bullied and used and stuff like that. As far as Kanye's previous statements, it's hard to tell what he was actually feeling when he's just kind of like throwing out tweet after tweet after tweet, just yoinking those things. He has mentioned before, like, artists being hoed around in the entertainment industry. So was that just another delusional rant that went on, or was it actually how he felt, you know? And so, of course, V1 did have AI, but Kanye has since renounced AI and has said that he is going to re-sing the vocals, and members of his team have confirmed that there will be no AI that is going to be part of this project, that is also going to be fully, or at the very least mostly, produced by Kanye himself. Something I also didn't realize is that the video for Bully V1 was apparently designated as a short film edited by Hype Williams. I read all this in a GQ article, and funnily enough, they also sourced some of the samples from White Lines, one being Stevie Wonder.
Just like me, they love to be close to you.
What? You never seen a blind man before? You never see him eyeing the floor right there? He doesn't know what he's looking at. You know why? Because he's blind. And it's not funny. So it's likely that Bully will have the same track list as V1. I couldn't really find confirmation, so we'll have to see. Unlike Stevie, of course. Kanye has likened Bully V2 to that of Lauryn Hill's Miseducation, as well as CeeLo and Danger Mouse's Saint Elsewhere. Bet you didn't see that coming. Neither did Stevie.
Set it fucking.
Wu-Tang!
XPFM, the artist, is releasing BTI POJ 25 BSO T BNPEOL. And you know what? I can't really help but to feel a little insulted by this guy's album name. It's like he's testing you to see if you know your alphabet. You got all those fancy little letters in there, the number 25, all right? Come on, man. Unlike Stevie, I can see we're missing the letter A.
Al-Qaeda, the Taliban.
The letter A.
One thing unites all of them in their blood packs.
The alphabet.
There's someone else North Carolina that has facial hair.
The letter A.
Right?
Why does it
The letter A.
answer the question? Is he a Taliban or an Al-Qaeda?
Are you kidding me?
Why does
The letter A.
refuse to take a lie detector test? And where exactly was
The letter A.
on 9/11?
Bingo. Okay.
There's just too many questions.
Boy, that is solid too. Real solid.
Yes.
Probably some others in there too, but don't insult my intelligence like that. Just letting Stevie fucking have it. What's it called? One of those like big meme, like acronym kind of things. And a little fun fact is that I went to this guy's channel and there was an EP named like the first bit of the album. It was named. Okay, well, I neglected to write it down, but I believe it was the BTI POJ 25. I feel like it's along the lines of one of those playlists I'd find at like 2 a.m. after responding to a bunch of Stevie Wonder fans sending me hate mail about all the blind jokes. It's not really my thing, but at least as far as the EP goes, I like the second song in there. It was called Calm Index. I didn't mind that one.
Wu-Tang!
Now, again, like the What We Learned video, fuck me. Ooh, boy, when we crash, boy, I tell you, you gonna be like some motherfucker statue, boy. I ain't gonna move an inch. You gonna ask me a question, I'm gonna say I don't know.